Hey, welcome to Automate to Dominate. This has got to be my favorite section. Congratulations, you've gone through part one and part two. We're about ready to kick some serious butt on the webinar tomorrow, and I wanted you to be able to get a glimpse of what it's like to automate messaging and networking on LinkedIn. So here we go with what I call LinkedIn Commander, and this is actually a software I've had developed since January of 2012, and I've had it beta tested for the last couple of months, and this thing turns phenomenal results. I'm talking what used to take hours now takes literally minutes, and I haven't seen anything like it. I've seen a couple of things try to come close as far as messaging capabilities, but again, and this thing may look a bit complicated, but it's actually extremely easy. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over some of the cool features about this thing and show you, help you understand, why it's so important to have in conjunction with the complete profile that we covered in part one, and then how to start networking and add connections on your own without this software. So this software obviously is going to make that a lot easier. As you can see, you just click on login. Up here, you load your contacts in this screen. You load your groups in this screen. Once you log in, you're going to want to hit the load button. Sometimes it takes a while for the contacts to show up, especially if you've got a lot of contacts, and obviously the bigger the contact list you have, or the bigger the first connection list you have, the longer it'll take to load. But as you can see, the groups are here. Now what's really cool about this is I can select a group, and just like that, it'll gather all the members, or up to 500 members, which is with a free account, right? And when this thing is done gathering members, they'll show up in the Group Members tab. Now, if you look up here in the messaging, I can message group members. So when I select group members, now, the Group Members tab, whatever's loaded in the Group Members tab, this message will go to all those group members. Okay. If I want to send a message just to my contacts, then all the contacts that are loaded in the contact screen over here, when selected, this message will go to all my contacts. If I want to send to only the group owners, I can select all these groups and send to the group owners, and that works great for JV potential. All right, if I want to broker a deal with a group owner because they've got a huge list in that group. I mean, you saw some of those lists were 400, 500,000 people. They can pull in some serious money for you, in the blink of an eye. So keep that in mind for brokering purposes, right, and list building purposes. So there's that. If you look over here, there's search results for groups and people, and over here there's a search bar for groups and people. So this right here allows me to search LinkedIn under groups and people for keywords. So if I'm looking for, again, social media, I would type social media in here, and under the search tab here, all of the search results would show up, and I would select, okay, if it was groups that I was looking for in social media, I would select the groups messaging feature over here, and whatever's loaded in the search feature gets messaged when I hit send, just like that. So I can send messages to all these people. Now you can't successfully send a message to someone unless you're connected with them, first connections, or you share a group. So sometimes this search feature will show you people that you are not yet connected with. Okay, so keep that in mind. This, and it won't send out to those people, obviously. So you want to definitely keep that in mind, that you're only reaching through your network and expanding your network through your existing network. Now, on the webinar, this is key. Tomorrow, I'm going to show you how to explode your network to where using this software makes complete sense, because it's going to be way too much to manage by hand, and it'll take you light years in your LinkedIn profile. It'll look like you've been around for 5-6 years on LinkedIn. And that's really cool, because those impressions do make a difference when people start connecting with you, or talking to you based on groups and whatnot. They want to see how well developed your profile is, and things like that. So as you can see, this thing is done. It's got the group members, so all I would do is just hit select, and obviously I'm not going to message myself, and then I would just hit send mail. There's another feature here where I can see the browser, so I can see what's going on. I can scrape the information. In other words, I can grab all the contact information of my first connection. So if I wanted to create a mailing list, I can export that to Excel, very, very easily. Obviously, here's the button. I can load, as an auto mail, I can load in emails. So just like, I showed you to load connections in under part one, you can message these people directly through LinkedIn, right? And they'll be mailed. Okay, pretty cool stuff there. So that's how I automate this business. This what's really cool about this is I had a group actually called what was this group called? Let me go back to my groups page. I don't even remember what I called it. I just made it. Join now to find the best tools for your consulting practice. So basically, a bunch of consultants looking for really cool tools. And I used this software for about 20 minutes, about 2 days ago, and I'm up to, last time I checked, a few hours ago, I was at 132 members. Okay, for 20 minutes of use of this software, right? And I'd work with guys that told me, a guy specifically told me that when he does messaging, he gets somewhere in the neighborhood of 2 to 3 leads, 5 on a good day out of every 100 that he messages. Right now, remember I told you for every 100 messages, it's going to take you at least an hour. Most people takes an hour and a half. Okay, but let's just go with an hour. So if you do the math on that, 132 people divided by 3 on an average day, you're talking, what is that, 50 groups of 100? So 50 hours of sitting here on LinkedIn, jamming through message manually. Even if you had an outsourcer, that's a week's worth of work. And I did that in 20 minutes, okay, and never thought another thing about it, okay? Pretty cool stuff here. I mean, when I say explosive growth, I'm not joking around. So I look forward to seeing you on the webinar. We're going to cover some major lead generation topics and a bunch of other good stuff. I'm going to show you how to explode your connections. I'm going to do that in the first 5 minutes. I'm going to knock your socks off. First 5 minutes, I'm going to come out of the gate swinging and show you guys how to blow up instantly. Okay, you're going to love this. I can't wait to talk to you tomorrow. We'll see you on the webinar.